What's up, my wizards dev? From SBMTG on the YouTube.com, you know by now. We just got more Kaladesh spoilers, just finished up the first round of spoilers, done with that video, reloaded the page over on Mythic Spoiler, and there's 7 more cards. But I'll be able to run through most of these, and you probably won't see my big dumb head for most of this video. I'm going to leave the graphic up because a lot of these I can talk about in just a second. And I know you'll miss Ziggy, but we'll be back. First is Chandra's Pyro Helix. This is 2 mana, 1 generic, and a red for an instant. Chandra's Pyro Helix deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 target creatures and or players. This is basically just Twin Bolt. Twin Bolt's back. It's not technically rotating. I mean, Twin Bolt is, but it's coming right back with a different name. So I guess that's cool. Twin Bolt didn't see much play, but it's good to have that option at least for burn decks in the format. So there's that. Here's Tezzeret's Ambition right here. It's 5 mana. That's 3 generic and 2 blue for a sorcery. Draw 3 cards. If you control no artifacts, discard a card. Well, you're not. Thirst for Knowledge. Get out of here. But this is at least interesting maybe for Koldafa artifacts. It's a Jeskai artifacts deck. In Pauper, this is common, and they might want this. I'm not totally sure. It looks good. Draw 3 is always good. But, you know, in Standard, you're not there for knowledge. Get out of here. Here's Impeccable Timing. It's 2 mana, a generic and a white for an instant. Impeccable Timing deals 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. And this is a pretty boring card, and I'm pretty sure we actually already have a card almost exactly like this in the format, but it's so boring that I forgot its name, so, I mean, you know, this card. Here's Long-Finned Sky Whale. It's 4 mana, 2 generic and 2 blue for a 4/3 whale. Cool creature type with flying, a flying whale. Long-Finned Sky Whale, or Long-Finned Sky Whale, can block only creatures with flying. And these creatures are traditionally pretty good in limited formats. I don't see this one being different. It looks pretty good in draft or sealed, especially sealed. And I love that it's a flying whale. That's great. But let's talk about some actual good cards here today. I think that there's a whole 3 of them in this batch of 7. First is Attune with Aire. Now, this is just 1 green mana for a sorcery. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. Then you get 2 energy counters. Here's my big dumb head, and Ziggy as well. You have a big old head too, buddy. This actually looks pretty good to me, honestly. It's no Oath of Nissa. I mean, there's better stuff for 1 green mana, Traverse the Ulvenwald. So who knows if better things in this 1 green mana slot will keep this from seeing play, you know. Delirium decks want to play Vessel instead, probably. But maybe, you know, this doesn't necessarily ramp you, but a ramp deck might still want it. Make sure you keep your drops. You know, get your second land on turn 2 guaranteed. And 2 energy is great, too. Like, 2 energy is one of the better parts of this card. So, I like it more than the other cards today, and I really like its rarity. Common is pretty cool. So, you know, it's good. Here's Sky Whaler Shot, and isn't that sad? The cool Sky Whale with the wings that we met a couple of cards ago, they're trying to harpoon it. But anyway, Sky Whaler Shot is 3 mana, that's 2 generic and a white for an instant. Destroy target creature with power 3 or greater, and then scry 1. Now this is more like it actually. This seems to be actually fairly decent removal. It's instant speed. It'll kill a lot of the most important creatures in the format. That's awesome. And you scry 1. I mean, it's not draw a card or anything, but scry 1 is good. I mean, it's good because you're wanting to be killing big creatures anyway, and it's instant speed, it's splashable, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a 1-of copy show up in some control decks, especially a blue-white control deck, which is shaping up to be a thing. Bye, Ziggy. We lost Ziggy, guys. I'm sorry. Aether Squall Ancient is a 7 mana, that's 5 generic and 2 blue, 6/6 Leviathan, one of my favorite creature types, with flying, yay. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get 3 energy counters, and you can pay 8 energy counters to return all other creatures to their owner's hands. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. For the record, I like this as a control finisher, you know, and 7 mana is not too much to ask, although Sphinx of the Final Word is probably better, all things considered, than this. I like Sphinx's Hexproof a lot. You know, 7 mana, again, not too much. A couple of formats ago, we were playing Pearl Lane Ancient, although that card had flash, so there's that. Control really likes big creatures with flash at the top end. This doesn't have those things, but it does have a board wipe effect on it, which Control really, really wants. And it generates 3 energy every upkeep, even if you're not going to use the pseudo-upheaval thing on it, you know. So, really, actually, kind of like this a lot. I love its creature type, too. I've already said this, but I love Leviathans always. And this flies, a flying Leviathan with the coolest art ever. I'm just a huge, I'm a supporter of this right here, and I hope that it sees some play, although I wouldn't hold my breath on that. But it could, it totally could, you know, so here's hoping. That's all the spoilers for now, at least. Who knows if they're going to try to be sneaky, slip in a couple a little bit later on tonight. But if they do, I'll be right on top of it, and I'll be here for you guys. Let me know how you felt about all these down there in the comments. I know we didn't see much today, but we did end up seeing a cool piece of white removal that I think actually might be standard playable. We saw a huge Leviathan that could be a control finisher. It wipes the board, it flies, all that's cool. We saw a Tomb with Aether, a cool piece to let you fetch basic lands and like get energy, all that's good. And we saw like huge flying whales. We saw flying whales today, you guys, so that's probably the coolest part of today. Anyway, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. It helps me out kind of a lot. You can also share the content. That'd be fine if you want to do that. I wouldn't be mad at you. And you can subscribe if you're new or if you just haven't done it yet. Just hit subscribe. Do it. It really helps me a lot. And you want to help out a brother. So I'll see you guys later. I'm Deb from SBMTG. Thanks for watching, my wizards.
I tried to tell you not to test my rage, cause you just a yellow belt and I'm a just guy sage. You know the deadly martial arts of the black and the white lotus. Someday I'ma be the POTUS, you'll still be a giant scrotum, and I'll be at the podium and you'll be sodium salty.